What is up, everyone? Been a while. Been a long while, actually, quite a few weeks. But here we are. Here I'm back. What's happened? Same thing as the last time. Been busy. Got a new job. Got a new position. Got new stuff. Been summer. Doing a lot of fun, awesome things. Hopefully, you've all enjoyed your summer as well. And now we're back. We're back into September here. Into the daily grind, and hopefully we can start coming up with some more videos for you all. So today we're going to go through a hard Hydra 1-key takeover, pretty much with champs, unlimited types of champs. But let's put a team together and see what we can do with some champions that personally I don't own. So it'll be fun. But let's see what we have at our disposal. So when you're thinking of Hydra, we're thinking of a couple of things here. One, Head of Decay is going to cleanse. So what we want to do is to really either provoke or slow to turn the turn off altogether. So what ends up happening is that the Head of Blight ends up going first, so that the Head of Blight will use its Poison Cloud first, but we are already going to have block damage or block buffs up, so no one gets that blinding smog, that Poison Cloud out, and then the Head of Decay is going to go and cleanse it off. But at least we've swapped the turn so that we're not cleansing and then getting that Poison Cloud up, and for 2 turns going to eliminate our damage. The only way you can get damage through Poison Cloud is through burns. And the only one that can place, you need somebody who can place a burn, like a Mordecai or a Geomancer, to get past that Poison Cloud so that you can do damage. It's a little tricky. The other two are whatever. One steals your buffs and the other one destroys your face. So that's what we have to consider at this point. In terms of who we want somebody who can ideally cleanse us. So, Mithrala would be a great option here. After this, we'll check to see if they're actually geared. We also want somebody that can revive. So we ideally want like a mass reviver. Not a Cardial, because he's going to put up the revive from death, and that can get stolen. So we want someone else like a Blind Seer. I love Blind Seer with an AoE reviver. We also want a block damage champ. Let's put Dahlia in here for now until we find a better one. We would ideally love a burner. Hopefully that Duchess is built. I think he is. Who else do we have here? As you could tell, we got a wide selection of champions. We just need to ensure that they're actually built. Ugo would have been my choice, but Ugo was already used. Okay, so we're going to go with Kymar 2 just for the refresh and the AoE attack. We're going to go Mithrala for the cleanse and the Hex. Geomancer for the burn and the reflect damage. I need another damage dealer in here. I need to also make sure these are all geared. All right, let's just try something like this. Cryptuck. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and give this team a try. And let's see what happens. The one thing I found with Hydra is you need patience. You really need patience in order to do this. It's not always going to work out the way you want it to. Sometimes you just... I just realized I didn't bring a slower in. Well, that kind of defeats the purpose of this strategy. I'm sure you all saw that. Why didn't you bring a slower in? All right, and this is why you bring a slower in, to try and take the turn off of this head, and then this Geomancer is way too slow. I know this because that Geomancer is used for clan boss, so it needs to be real slow at 150 something, 155 I believe, 156. So way too slow for this. But we're gonna regroup and get Geomancer out of there. So I went with War Chief because he's got an A2 with a 3-turn provoke. That's huge. So I'm gonna. He's not mastered, and he's kind of slow at about 200, 197, 198. But hopefully with the aura, I can push that up, and I can have a constant provoke on this head, and therefore not have to worry about it. So got the full block out. Please work. Okay, got the backup provoke on Drex there. Whew. So my strategy here: high defense-based champions, some healing, some AoEing, and we're just gonna slowly try and kill this and get as close to 20 mil as we can. So here it is. So randomly, or steals 2 random buffs from the target. They don't have any, but whatever. But places a provoke for 3 turns. That's the biggest piece of it. It's a place, so 100% chance. Once we pop it up, as long as we can cycle back War Chief to go again and always have that skill up when that provoke comes down. The only thing we got to worry about is stealing a block debuffs and then spreading block debuffs. So we really need to ensure we have block buffs up on this head at all times. And if that's the case, this is going to run pretty smoothly. So that's the strategy with a team like this. It doesn't hit as hard, not as fast. We don't have those massive damage dealing champions like a ninja. The Geomancer is a little too slow to provide that massive damage when get hit. So all we have is these champs to work with. And there is the block. It's at least 2 turns with the provoke being 2 turns. So they're both on a 2-turn cooldown, or they'll tick it in 2 turns. And hopefully at that time I can put him back up. So we'll try this run and catch y'all at the end. It is what it is. Team worked okay. Not enough AoE damage. Shalad is great here with the AoE damage, AoE A1, and the leech helped keep him alive. Sakio actually was quite good in a composition like this. When she was able to land the burn on everybody, she gets the extra turn, gets into the A2, and triggers that same burn. Does quite a bit of damage. Drex was there every time he got hit. He put out some burns back up so that we constantly had the burns up. I think the issue here is I don't have an increased speed on the team, so that's problematic. Number one. Number two, that secondary reviver is always good to have. So even if it's a secondary AoE reviver, Scylla the Drakes would be a good option. Sifi, if you have, is a great option. Cardinal is also a good option. She just does 0 damage. Like, the only reason to have Cardinal is a little bit of heals and that revive. We need a better block, something with a shorter cooldown. Ugo's great. I put in here Gerptuck just because of the what I thought would have been added damage, but it didn't end up working that way. And then as soon as War Chief died, it was pretty much game over. I couldn't keep the provoke on that head. I've been auto the last little while, and I think I put in like 100k. You got to manual this thing. I know it sucks. Some people are able to auto, but those people have some good gear, some good champs, some good compositions, and it becomes difficult. I find it doesn't auto target the head that just ate your champion. So if every single one of your champions has AoE nukes, then maybe it can work. But if not, you're going to need 2 to 3 AoE nukers, hard-hitting nukers, ideally 3, or at least support that can do damage, like a Lady Kimmy or a Scylla the Drakes, someone like that. Someone who hits like a wet noodle, like a Blind Seer. You only can get 2 of them out of here. Duchess doesn't hit very hard. She's really only in there for the buffs and the revive. Mithril is actually very good with the cleanse and the hex. And then the multi-hitting A1 with poison for added damage. But War Chief didn't do much, but keep provoke on that head. It is what it is. So here we are. Like I said, I think I've gone 20 to 30 turns now, and I've only made like 2 to 300k. 10 mils better than nothing. We get a second team in here of another 10 mil, and there's your 2 key hard. It's the best we could have done. The hard part of a takeover like this is you don't know what champions are built. You don't know what champions have masteries. You don't know what champions have gear. It's not your account, so you don't want to go blow money. But at the end of the day, you got to make do with what you have. And this is what I had available to me at this time, and here we are. So I'm going to keep this result 10.7 mil. I know this person is not going to spend 21 minutes and probably well over an hour of their time to get this done. So I'm going to keep it. And this was my team. I put in Vogot there just to see how well he would heal when he got AoE nuked. Kimmy was in there for the slow, decrease accuracy, increase speed, along with Duchess with buffs. So really I had 2 DDs here and still was able to put 25 mil in. But again, every time I do these, I switch the teams up a little, try to see if I could tweak and find the best composition. Yeah, sure, my Shalad is +4 and hits like a Mack truck. But Ninja still did 9.7 million damage, and I had no provoke here. I just had to worry about the speed and the block, and that's all I could worry about. So there you have it. Hopefully that gives you some ideas on Hydra. I know Hydra people hate Hydra. People like, ugh, I got to do it because I got to do it. Mithrala is an amazing champion, worth just sucking it up until you get Mithrala. But the way I see it is, I still do it. I've had Mithrala for a while, but the rest of my clan doesn't have it. Doesn't have her. So I keep doing this so that the rest of my clanmates can get the max chest. We can kill the boss, and hopefully they can get Mithrala quicker. Once the whole clan gets Mithrala, quite frankly, put your key into normal and call it a day. Anyways, catch you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.